What's up? What's up?
What's going on, boys?
Are we connected? Let me see here. We are. We're streaming. We're live. How is it, everyone?
Hell yeah.
How is everyone doing tonight? It is good to see you all. Feels like it's been a while since we did one of these, even though it's only been a week.
That's right.
We were on time as usual.
Live chat.
Live chat. Let's switch it over. Let's make sure this works too. There we go. Okay, cool. How's it going, everyone?
Fellas?
How are you? We're happy to be here with you. We got another giveaway we're doing this week. You guys,
That's right.
Didn't work out last week with the Colville book. Didn't reach the goal, but we're at 20 super
Doesn't
chats.
mean we're stopping.
Yeah, 20 super chats for $5 or more if you are in the U.S. At the end, we're going to do a giveaway. We'll enter everyone into a drawing that participated. You'll have a chance to win a bunch of OSE shit. We got the
full OSE suite. We got the Classic Fantasy Rules Tome and the Advanced Fantasy set, or the Advanced Expansion set, and a very cool little module by the Merry Mushman,
right?
Who I had never heard of, until our friend Grognard showed us a number of really cool things that they do. Their stuff is awesome.
Very good. Yeah,
their
the guys
Black
who
Sword
did
hack is awesome.
It's very, very good. Black Sword hack. Yeah, and I know I can. It seems like we're stuttering a little bit. I don't know why. It's very annoying though. We'll see how everything. The internet connection's good.
It just is what it is.
It is what it is. We're doing it live. All right. Let's fucking go more Shadowdark.
Yeah, a lot more.
Yeah, a lot more.
1.2, $1.3 million more.
A couple $1 million more.
To start with.
I signed up for the premium version day one. By the time it went through, the counter went up to 30K. God damn.
Yeah.
Ran my first Shadowdark game this past weekend. It was a blast. I'm looking forward to dropping the Shucked Oyster into my town setting.
Yeah, dude.
Exactly. And see how my players interact. Good. The Shucked Oyster is an excellent adventure. What's a Shadowdark? It's a game. Silly. Man, this is really stuttering. I don't have anything else open that would be. Let's close all these
Emacs.
PDFs. Might be Emacs. Let's save that. Yes. Exit. Kill the terminal. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. That's very weird. The whole thing is stuttering. Anyway.
I don't know why.
And now I can't click on anything. There we go. Wow, yeah, the whole computer's chugging right now. Why?
I don't know. Yeah, what's eating up the system here?
Ooh, lots of memory.
Well, regardless, while you're figuring that out, everybody knows Shadowdark is out again, doing sensational numbers, despite the protestations of a number of different people. Oh wait, YouTube is not responding.
Open Studio.
Everything looks fine.
It's telling us YouTube is not responding in OBS, which is not fun. Hold on.
Are we still going?
I think we are.
I can't imagine how that wouldn't be the case. Let's see here.
All right, so I can see us streaming in the studio.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. This is a little pro streamers. Yeah. All right, well, now, of course, I have to...
Grognard is saying it's fine.
Okay. It resolved. All right.
Hopefully that is in reference to the...
Fix our chat highlight again. Maybe it was Emacs fucking everything up.
But Shadowdark has been doing crazy numbers.
Crazy numbers.
Despite people being big mad. I want people to be more mad.
I've only seen a couple people be mad.
Yeah. Not as much as I would have thought, and not as much as the first time around.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, there's been some people talking about what this means with regard to the poor sales of D&D. We're going to talk about that. We definitely have some thoughts, but I think the success of Western Reaches has, I think, put some nails in the coffin of some bad arguments and bad philosophy.
Yeah.
Which has been put out over the last several years.
Right. Rob McCann just picked up Shadow Sun on drive-thru. It is very good. We have it. We also have his newest one. The name is escaping me, but it just came out the other day. It's doing really well. It's something like most of the top-selling Shadowdark products on drive-thru RPG or Chubby Funster. And by the way, a while back we had Ryan Howard on the show to talk about Nighthaven, and that's out.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to be using that in
Not
my
being
Axe game.
Kickstarted, it's for sale
right
right now on drive-thru.
Yeah.
You should pick it up.
It is good.
We did. It's pretty damn cool.
Right. Chubby says, while preparing the groundwork for a Western Reaches companion, I had the idea of doing a Western Reaches style production for Shadow Sun, starting with a Cursed Scroll type zine. That'd be cool.
Yeah, man, that'd be awesome.
When there's enough zines, combine them. Yeah. Shadow Sun, much like Dark Sun, caught my eye because I'm such a nerd for psionics. I love the whole idea of them.
Yep.
Roll for Combat was talking about the need for a starter box for Shadowdark. What are your thoughts? And are there any other systems you'd like to see get starter boxes? Axe, Mithras, etc.?
I do not think you need a starter box for Shadowdark. The whole point of it is that it's one book.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. I'm not saying people would not buy a starter box for Shadowdark.
But they have a starter set for free online, I think, like PDFs.
Yeah.
Like a quick start guide.
I don't really like the idea of starter boxes in general.
Neither do I.
If the product itself is not attractive, not understandable enough, then what good is a starter box or a beginner box going to be to me? It's just taking up more space and another $40 or $50 or more dollars I have to spend.
Right.
I don't like it.
But you don't get dice and custom minis.
Yeah, I need more dice.
I need more dice. Yeah. Where are my North
terrible.
Texas RPG Con gang 2025?
Right here,
We're right
dude.
here, man. We're going to be there. Good evening. How's it going?
What's happening, man?
Bauheimer. Chubby will be there as well. Greetings and salutations. Nice. Mr. Max is here. What are you talking about? They're not late? Exactly. Gaslight every night. Yeah. As GM, I've got the Axe 2 PDFs. Not so fun to scroll through. I missed the Kickstarter and really want those physical books.
Same, man.
Same. I definitely want the physical books. It's I've been running out of various versions of PDFs of that for the better part of a year and a half, I think, at this point.
Something like that.
Something like that. Maybe a little, just over a year. I definitely want my physical books. And they're coming soon. I think they ship out to America, like from the warehouse to your door.
You know what else is Shadowdark is doing well? Power and Gobstein, over $2,600 raised for Studio. The conclusion is this Saturday. Support the Halfling Merchant League.
Nice. Thank
Hell
you for the
yeah.
$10. Couple of adventurers. That is, of course, the Goblinstein, Braunstein event that's going on. That is raising money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And that is Jack McCarthy who's doing that. Late and missing the day one backer sticker, BLG. We were day one backers.
Yeah. We're getting our
box set.
What is it? A hologram troll sticker?
Probably.
Something like that.
I didn't look at the sticker. I looked at the big number that kept going up.
I don't really care about the sticker.
Yeah. They say a wizard is never late, but I distinctly recall Conan killing every wizard he meets, so there's that. Correct.
That's true.
They're putting on their pants. Haha. Can't wait for the Axe books. Yeah, me too, man. I want those so bad. Quick Start is in print. I don't think a starter set is necessary. Exactly.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to...
They're taking off their shoes.
Way ahead of you, dude.
Yeah, black late games. Gonna stay online for as long as I can. It's 1:30 a.m. But I'm starting night work Friday night, so let's hope I can stick it tonight.
Well, we're happy to have you as long as you're here.
Yeah, and thank you for reviewing the Shucked Oyster on your channel, man. Everybody go subscribe to Fox of RPG. One of the stretch goals is for a new magic class. I'm hoping for an occultist, maybe something casting from hit points or something. I don't know.
Oh. I didn't even look at the stretch goals.
Neither did I.
I just know that they were all smashed last
Instantly,
I looked.
Yeah. Yeah, I think by the time I had gotten up, it was at like 70K or something like absurd. And that was early. No crotch cam this week. What the fuck? Yeah, sorry, man. I just didn't point the camera down enough. We'll get that next time for you, though. That was me, still muted from the Trollord game stream. You got muted?
Oh, shit.
Or did
what
we
did
get
you say?
muted? No sound, I think. Nope, that was him.
Oh,
okay, that's what he was saying. There is definitely... Oh, there's no foot cam. That's right. Sorry about that.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm writing a 3.5 conversion of Al-Qadim, so I've been watching belly dance videos, for research.
Of course. I hear you.
Yeah. Epic board game in the background. You're damn right. We got the Dune board game.
Oh, yeah.
Salt Miners rollout.
Yeah. There is
see
definitely
here.
some salt to be had with Kelsey's success.
Yeah.
All of it
funniest,
very funny.
Yeah, the funniest one was... I can't remember that guy's name. There's some other channel, some YouTube channel where this guy does these reviews. He just sits in front of the camera and he talks about
Why
the game.
didn't you mention me?
Yeah. He was like, wow, Kelsey, she had quotes by Forbes and Gizmodo and Polygon. Didn't mention my review I did a year ago that only has a few thousand views on it. Yeah, kind of insulting.
I'm kind of used to it, though.
Yeah.
Which they always say.
Yeah.
The fact that you brought it up means you're not
used to it. And you do care. But that was wild. It's like, yeah, why did she use a quote from Forbes instead of
and not from
YouTuber no one's heard of?
Exactly.
Like psychotic.
Many such cases.
Drop the techno. Yeah. Stop streaming from Emacs, yeah.
There's an idea.
Yeah. I think it was Emacs. Once we killed that, it went away. Okay, but now that she has experience in the industry, she's an industry plant. She's got $1 million company, for crying out loud. Yeah. Yeah,
it's all a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah. This, it's very exciting how well this is done, and I'm happy that we're making Shadowdark products, to be honest.
Yes.
That was, it's always good.
Happy accidents.
Yeah, happy accidents, exactly. It's fine. I'm hungover from DD's stream last night. Oh, the agony.
Oof.
I stopped by for a little bit. I don't know what
his streams are getting
they're getting spicy.
Spicier by the week, it seems.
Yeah.
Which is very funny.
Spectrum is doing Spectrum things. All my homies hate Spectrum. Yeah.
What's up, my fellow Shadowdarkies?
Hey. Thank you, Matthew Pickard,
Nice.
for the $2 Canadian. We appreciate it. And remember, for all of you out there, we got a whole bunch of OSE stuff. We got the advanced box set, the core rule tome, and an adventure
This
for
very
you.
cool
if you guys
adventure.
wanna,
And
yeah, if we hit,
I don't know if you
hit
could see the
20 super chats of $5 or more, anybody who entered, who's in the U.S. will get entered into
All
a
of
little
this stuff.
raffle
Yep.
and get all this shit. Our very own Doc Flamingo got a first printing of DCC.
DCC.
Yeah.
Yep.
The shadow
love to
salt
see
must
it.
flow. I haven't seen much.
There's been some, not much.
Right. I haven't checked in on. Well, I mean, I haven't checked in on Venture in, I don't know, like a year.
I don't-
6 months, whatever it's been. I know he kind of kicked off the last round all those months ago. But I haven't seen too much. And the interesting thing is,
But then blatantly floated it past his audience after shitting on Shadowdark. Should I do a Shadowdark?
Shadow
Chalt?
Yeah.
Chalt, whatever that. What's his thing? It's Chalt, right?
Yeah.
It's Shadow Chalt, hoss.
That was very funny. Kelsey is about to match the Dolmenwood Kickstarter. Nice. Which I think was Necrotic Gnome. That's the same people that did, well, not that adventure, but
OSE.
the OSE stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Malky, some of the vids he played were even worse, especially the GameCon counseling session one. The what?
What is this?
Hey there, Shadow Sisters D.
Thank you for the $10, Porch.
I don't know what that is or who you're talking about, but that sounds terrible.
Yeah. I have a small confession. I have never read the Shadowdark core rulebook, just picked up Funster stuff and ported it to my other games. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, almost anything, as long as you're sort of in the same genre.
If you have a
brain, you can convert anything to anything. It's not that hard.
Right.
So she's a plant. I'm calling in an airstrike with Agent Orange.
Yeah.
And to support, I'll throw my money behind independent creators 100% of the time before major evil corporations. Why play Shadowdark over Castles and Crusades?
It depends. Which vibe do you prefer?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's kind of up to you. I've never played Castles and Crusades. You have some of the books, right?
I do.
Yeah.
Castles and Crusades is definitely more explicitly in the, what would you say, the pre-2000s, pre-3.0 milieu of D&D. Shadowdark is really about a very simplistic in a good way, a streamlined, very clear loop of
very easy
dungeon
to get to the table.
delving, carousing, getting into jams, getting into wacky situations. Maybe you die, maybe you don't. That's what it is. That's what it's trying to do. If you want more than that, more than that with regard to mechanical complexity, or maybe you want to explore more aspects of your campaign setting, or if you want a more detailed campaign setting, Castles and Crusades is that might be the way to go for you.
Yeah,
and I love Castles and Crusades.
Yeah, and
their campaign setting is really cool as well.
Yeah, and the Troll Lord Games guys are really cool from what I understand. Like, and from what I've seen, they I don't remember what I was tweeting about, but I think it was one. I was declaring the one true way on Twitter. And they retweeted me saying, Lisa no Gaib.
Nice.
It was very funny. That was many, many months ago. I want to get on that Kickstarter, but I need my tax return to magically appear before it ends.
I hear you, man.
Well, I'm not going for Castles and Crusades latest or Shadowdark one. Got to save my money. That's totally understandable.
I get you.
You got to take care of yourself. I'll support the folks on anything they make, even if it's the games I don't plan to play.
What do we got?
Shadowdark is better than Chibica's Shucked Oyster support Shadowdark, obviously.
Thank you.
The true and correct answer.
Yeah,
thank you,
Tora, and thank you, President Biden. Primeval Fantasies here. Good to see you. Starter box for Shadowdark is dumb. There's a free quick start. Plus, the game itself is easy as fuck. My retarded ass ran it. That's right.
Yeah, you do not need a starter set.
Yeah, you don't need a starter set. Troll Lord Games, $350,000 for Castle Zagig.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Forgot about that.
Yeah, definitely go check that out as well. If you're a Castles and Crusades fan, I'm sure you
already have.
Yeah, and you already have. But go check it out. I will say this. I'll support the folks on anything they make, even if it's for games I don't plan to play.
Yeah, I would not necessarily do that. Only get stuff that you want.
That
you don't owe anybody anything.
Yeah.
I appreciate the
Except
spirit.
us. No. Yeah. No. But yeah, it's like only buy things you want. And of course, creators appreciate if you're going to give them money, even if you don't use it, but never feel compelled to give someone money.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah. Alien starter set is pretty fucking awesome.
Well, I mean, Free League, they do make high production value stuff.
And Chubby Funster has said that the Alien RPG is actually very, very good, which is surprising to me.
Kelsey rules. The new Kickstarter is sick. She deserves all of her success.
Yep.
I hope her success inspires more indie Terp creators. Shout out our third-party content creators in this Discord gang.
Nice.
Yeah, I hope so as well. It definitely should, Yeah.
Kelsey is very nice. We've messaged with her briefly recently, and she's been very supportive, very, very cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's all deserved success. These books look really nice. I didn't have, this is the other thing. I didn't have I only backed the core book last time. I didn't get the Cursed Scrolls or anything like that. And we got another super chat in, I think.
This is the lightest full-blown classic-style D&D system round. It gets you to the action resolve on to the next thing ASAP.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've said this a bunch of times. It's like if I had a normie friend who didn't know what D&D was, and they're like, what's that again? Can we play that right now? Be like, yeah, sure. And we could play Shadowdark within
immediately
15 to 20 minutes, make some characters and get rolling. That is a massive, massive advantage of it. And it's one of the reasons people really, really like it. So is the Call of Cthulhu and Pendragon starter sets?
High production value.
Yeah.
I would imagine that's true. Chaosium also makes amazing products.
I only would want the physical books, never the PDFs. Yeah. I mean, I like PDFs too, but I want physical books. I have Jean-Luc Picard syndrome. He lives in the 24th century or whatever it is, and he has to read Moby Dick out of a paper book instead of on the iPad that he was born with.
If a tree didn't die in the woods to make this, could you really say you've read it?
Right. The Blade Runner starter set is pretty awesome. Here's the thing. I've seen the Blade Runner book. Very pretty. It is
overwrought.
basic. Yeah, it's too much for me. It's like it's in dark mode basically, and it's a little too much for my taste.
The hobby needs to be taken over by the indie creators.
Thank you. I was raised a poor orc child for $5.
I mean, here's the.
I think it is,
and not because of some kind of populist revolution. It's just what is going to outcompete. This point about indie creators. A few comments ago, it's. Are you offering a service, a product, and not only a product? Because offering a relationship, even if it's a parasocial relationship,
right,
is part of
which we encourage you to have with us is a parasocial relationship.
It's part of what is being sold. Wizards can't and won't. Nope.
Shadowdark is going to be my new Beckme. At least in Axe, I will be my new rules cyclopedia.
Yeah,
damn.
The difference is Axe is like the revised rulebook alone is twice the size of Rule Cyclopedia. Like it's which is why it drives me crazy when people say that it's just Rule Cyclopedia, it's just Beckme. It's like, no, it's not. But yeah, I think it's a relevant comparison to make, basically saying that
at $5.
Thank you for the $5.
Thank you. We shall.
Lay salty pretzel. But yeah, I think it is an kind of apt comparison to say that in the modern age, basic D&D is essentially now Shadowdark, and advanced D&D is Axe. Like they're the kind of spiritual successors that have risen to the top for those niches.
I back Shadowdark, and while it's a bit too light for my taste, it thrills me to know that players are abandoning Wizards of the Left Coast.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That is totally fair.
And they are.
Moused as a set in mass combat rules, Funster's Compendium, Shucked Oyster. Is there anything that's missing? Domain rules, what would you add?
Well,
you may have to stay tuned.
Yeah, you may have to stay tuned on that.
We've asked ourselves this question.
Right. I will say with the domain rules, though, just like it now has mass combat rules, I think domain rules are on the way from Alchemic Raker at some point.
Yeah.
But there's a lot. Here's the thing: the Hellmarch rules, the mass combat Shadowdark rules, will work with any RPG. Like I've basically,
it's very easy to use.
It's very, very easy to use. It's not dependent on using the Shadowdark rules. You could use it with Mithras, basically.
I played in a Beckme game and I'm running Axe. These two things are not the same.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Of course.
And I don't think that people were saying that they were, but I have seen some people say that. But yeah, you can use Hellmarch with anything. I could use it with Mithras and it'd work totally fine. I don't know about doing large scale pitched battles with it, but it's very cool and super easy. I backed Shadowdark Kickstarter because I don't think my FLGS can get Arcane Library stuff. He can get TLG through ACD.
Oh, don't worry, I'm prepared for and love the breadth of rules for Axe.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. That's good as long as you are prepared. Where was that? Yeah, I think that it doesn't need to be, because who was saying this? Oh, it's Garibay. Yeah. We watched a bunch of Garibay videos today.
Yes.
He's doing great. But he was saying that like Shadowdark is not in any
It basically doesn't exist.
FLGS.
People are having to print their own books,
Yeah.
which is
not true.
Crazy
It was
and
out of
not
stock
true.
for a while because they had to order more from China or wherever they source it from. But
there's no reason for anybody to use retail. WotC
Yeah.
would make way more money
I
if they got out of the retail business.
yeah, I think selling, especially for indies, just selling direct to consumer is kind of the model. And this is whoever earlier had asked had mentioned something about like WotC or the state of the industry and whatnot. I think indie creators in the RPG space basically are they're the only ones that are making interesting games. They're also making very popular games. Mm-hmm. You're still going to have WotC D&D. It will still be, and your Pathfinder. These will be the big gorillas in the room or whatever it is. But there's just so much out there, and the people who, I think people just are tired of the new edition of D&D. The new edition of D&D is not selling well,
right?
From what I understand, like abysmally well. And I think people don't like it. They basically said, and I think you're just going to see more and more independent stuff selling.
And independent stuff that, because I think there's been a misconception, and this always happens when there's a big major brand or major IP or major, force overshadowing a particular market, that in order to be successful, we need to make 5e compatible or whatever compatible.
That's over.
It's just over.
Yeah.
So if you
There's
don't
still be a
like
market for that stuff, but it's like you don't.
Sure.
That's not the only market, like it sort of was for a while.
Yeah, you don't have to make a 5e version of whatever or a 5e compatible adventure that you thought was cool, but had to convert it back to the mainstream rule set.
My Lancer players thought it would be a good idea to evac the oyster denizers on their ship.
Yeah.
Now there is only a single bulkhead between the rebuilt oyster and a fusion reactor.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's the way you play it.
You brought the shucked oyster into Lancer? That's amazing. Thank you,
Just
Mary
more
McCheese,
proof
for the
that
$10.
shucked oyster can and will blow up and set fire to all games and all systems.
DM Blackwell asking if we're going to get in a game with Grognard, Texas, North Texas in June. Also, do you know if Arcane Library will be there? She was there last year. I think she's listed on the website. I think she is.
I think she's said or posted, or it's on the website that she'll be there.
Yeah, but yes, we will certainly get a game in for sure. At least one. Is the stream committing Sudoku? I hope not.
It better
it's
not
lagging
be.
again. Oh fuck! Our internet. Drop frames.
Right.
Why do I have drop frames?
What the hell?
What's going on? There we go.
Oh, now it looks good.
That was very weird. All right, I think we're back, guys.
Well,
are we back? Oh man, the Wi-Fi is doing all sorts of weird shit. Chill.
Don't know why that is, but
oh, this sucks.
I don't know if there's anything we can do about it.
I don't know if there's anything we can do about it either.
Just is what it is.
Yeah. I have heard of Shadowdark stuff in LGSs, but the owner loves indie RPGs. Yeah.
Yeah.
What camera do you all use for streaming? We're just using our camera that we shoot our videos with. We got like a little Elgato thing, so we can plug it into the camera or into the computer. Saw the Exalted video. Nice.
Hell yeah.
15 FPS Lodge. Yeah.
What's the Black Lodge? It wouldn't be the Black Lodge without the
sorry about
the
that,
glitches
guys.
and
Exalted video was clutch. Yeah.
Nice.
Google Fiber. I don't have Google Fiber, but I do have fiber. We just had the Wi-Fi was dropping out for some reason. Not sure how I'd fit the shucked oyster into a Numenor game, but maybe Numenera.
Maybe Numenera, yeah.
Okay, but I'll try my hardest. All right, go for it.
You definitely could. Numenera, it's easy to fit all sorts of things in the ninth world.
All sorts of shit. Locally, LGSs are almost entirely Magic the Gathering. Instead, we have a game club that rents a lodge out and sells snacks to cover costs. Yeah, I mean,
it's been this way for over
while.
a decade at this point.
I mean, like the game shops we have some massive game shops in Austin.
Yeah.
We have Dragon's Lair, Emerald Tavern, and is that what's called, Emerald Tavern? Mm-hmm. And Dragon's Lair, massive space. They have one shelf of RPGs. The rest is board games and miniature games.
Yeah, board games,
card
war games,
like comic books,
or just
and
merch,
anime, merch.
actual books, novels.
Yeah, it's the RPG books are expensive, as we're finding out.
Books are expensive, and RPG books they don't fly off the shelves. It's the nature of what the medium is, and commercial real estate is not cheap.
Todd wants to hear more about our Horde Wars game. We can talk about that. Yeah,
we can talk about that.
Here's $10 to pay your Spectrum bill.
Here's $10 to pay your Spectrum bill.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, as we know, when you don't pay your internet bill, they slowly turn it off while you're live streaming. They don't just flip the switch. Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about the Horde Wars game in just a minute. Tariffs may hit hard, but considering that Canada tariffs books printed in Canada, Monty Cook Games, this is nothing new. Yeah. So
Wild
drive
times.
through. Okay, so if you guys are out there and you are waiting to pull the trigger on some black and white book that you want to get off of Drive Through RPG,
do it now.
If you are in the United States or Canada, do it now, because on April 1st, the price of black and white, in particular RPG books, the production cost is increasing by at least 50%, which sucks. But that's the way it is.
Yep.
Yeah. I have no idea if
Nothing
this
you
is
or
due
I
to
can do
tariffs.
about it.
Yeah, but it's
Nothing they can do about it.
Nothing they can do about it either. Lightning Source is the company that actually does the printing for Drive Through RPG. They just integrate with them, and they raise the cost like a lot.
Yeah.
So you'll save some money if you do it that way.
Yep.
But our Horde Wars game,
it's going great. Everybody is still alive.
Everyone is still alive.
Except for the werewolves.
That's true, except for the werewolves, which we just barely beat. I think we had 3 characters with 1 hit point left at the end.
Maybe. I don't remember.
We didn't have to resurrect anyone, though. We did. We raised people with, stabilizing them, but
yes.
But at any rate, we're both running 2 characters apiece, playing Horde Wars. Grognard is our GM right now. We started off by clearing at least a portion of the ruins of Abaddon, killed Glug the Boneless, this giant
and
goblin king, rightfully so, stole all his shit, but then decided to go check out this ruined keep and turned a lot of humans into goo.
That is true. Also, rightfully so.
Rightfully so. Took their castle and then got almost killed by werewolves. And werewolves in Horde Wars, when they regenerate hit points, anything that regenerates hit points in Horde Wars, they don't get 1d4 hit points back per round or whatever it is. They just, every round, they go back up to their max.
Which is so much cooler.
And
it's
harder.
less bookkeeping.
Yeah. So it's very hard to kill these things. So we killed a bunch of them. We had the right tools. We had people who could do solar damage and silver to keep them from regenerating.
I don't want to mince words here, but technically, the lore accurate, it's lunar damage for my character. He is a moon worshiper.
That is true.
Actually.
Yeah.
But yes, we had the tools, and definitely combining the Crusader and the Assassin was a good idea on my part. It is a very cool combination, one that you typically don't see.
Yeah.
And it works perfectly for this character's gimmick. It's great.
It's a lot of fun. Horde Wars is a great game. And I believe the Horde Wars Advanced books came in early, and you can, I think in April they're going to ship out. I'll let Todd correct me on that if I'm wrong. But it's a fantastic game. It's so easy. Your characters are very strong. It is still very deadly. And the rules are just very simple. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like an action fantasy RPG. It's a lot of fun. Let me see here.
Where are we?
Just get the PDF and print yourself. Yeah, you can do that. I've been known to do that.
The only reason to have a job.
Yeah. I need to pick up Formoria on DTRPG. That, I believe, is a Shadowdark campaign setting. Yeah, before the tariffs. Definitely do it. Any chance for future Exalted videos? I've been trying to turn people onto it, and I think that helped.
That's going to be all you, man.
Maybe. I have one more Exalted book, which is the Infernals book. I might take a look at that, but I'll definitely do Lone Wolf Fists before I do that first.
Yeah.
Invest in domestic print-on-demand operations and get them linked up to drive-through.
Or don't
get them connected to drive-through.
I long for the day that drive-through goes out of business.
It's a joke.
Not really. We don't get paid by them. Technically, we do. Our stuff is up there, but
yeah,
I would rather not have to use that website.
That is true. I do not like their website.
Nobody should. It's decades out of date.
Right.
It's just the only game in town.
It's the only game in town for now, but we're also, after we fulfill cults through drive-through, we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to... eventually, everything will end up on drive-through, but we're going to fulfill Kickstarters with, like, full offset prints.
Yes, which I'm...
Pumped and stoked on the Western Reaches. Chelsea and
the
Arcane Library deserve every ounce of success headed their way.
Big true.
They have a
Big
lot of people
true.
that like the game a lot. And the setting actually looks pretty cool, what she's doing with it. There's some interesting things in it, such as the fact that it's the Western Marches is a West Marches campaign.
Yeah.
Talks about basically having gaming clubs.
I understand the convenience of peace for game books. However, electronic literature is cringe and Kindle owners are not human.
Kindle owners are not human. That is correct. Thank you for the $5 and for the very, very objectively correct take.
Mm-hmm.
And just as a reminder to all you guys out there, we are giving away a bunch of OSC shit tonight.
Yeah, you'll be entered into the raffle.
Entered into the raffle for the $5. Thank you.
The full OSC gimmick.
But so they're doing it's the West Marches campaign. There's new crawling rules. There's new classes.
Yeah.
There's factions. There's like a new renown system. If you go like basically way to the bottom of the Kickstarter page, there is somewhere on there, and Tora sent this to me, is like a bunch of previews of the various books. There's some interesting stuff in there that was pointed out by some people on Twitter. The West Marches thing, telling people that they should end the session back safe in town, like a West Marches game or a bro game, and potentially tracking days of the calendar, track to the real world calendar. The 1-to-1 time thing is in there.
Yeah.
I don't know if Kelsey is clued into the bro ideas or if it's...
I'm sure that she isn't.
Yeah.
I guarantee.
Or if it's just something that's kind of broken containment on its own or been rediscovered by other people.
I mean, this is a good segue, I think, to our broader point, right? Not even our point, but the discussion we wanted to have. I mean, Shadowdark is doing very well. It did very well the first time around, doing very well again.
Yeah.
It's everything you really want to see. Someone who's actually passionate, a good faith actor, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's all those things. And this point about the West Marches stuff and the 1-to-1 time, and all of the like ancillary conversations about those topics or that style of play. I think what it is, all of this stuff that's in the latest Kickstarter came out from the same impetus as Shadowdark in the first place. This is just somebody who legitimately likes gaming, is a legitimate hobbyist, has likes, dislikes, and wanted to adapt and represent some of the things which are cool or interesting or evocative about the hobby in general. And you could say What do we got?
One of my players is trying to seduce Gaston and wonders why 17 charisma won't cut it. Another player has become an instructor for Bromax School.
Nice. That's awesome. So this
That
is
cat
thank
just
you to
gonna
$5.
wonder forever.
Yeah.
Gormax is awesome as well.
Unless they can raise their charisma somehow, it's just not going to work.
Will we see hashtag thank you Jeffro in the dedication?
I don't think we're going to see a hashtag thank you Jeffro. However, this was kind of where I was going with this, is that some of the BRRRRRR accounts have kind of brought this up, that this stuff is in there. And they don't seem to be, like other people in the hobby, having a bunch of sour grapes.
That's true. Which is being like, that is good.
Yeah, which is good.
That's
and
good.
And it's the correct attitude.
Yeah,
I think
because you'd be wrong if you had sour grapes.
Yeah, you would. But it's also like, I think someone was like, "That's cool. I hope they find AD&D through this," and that's the correct attitude to have when your ideas spread.
This hobby or any subject out there, and you want something, you want the dynamic to change, or you think something is missing from the discourse or from the market, whatever the case may be, one-to-one time, whatever. The only way to really make that happen, the only way anything ever happens or anything really changes, is by creating, is by doing. You can talk and you could cite your sources, you could read all the books, write all the Substacks, participate in endless discussion. None of that ultimately is real. I don't believe that Shadowdark is going to launch the new Great Awakening of a West Marches, an ascendant West Marches paradigm, because the nature of a West Marches game is of a more particular draw than generic sort of D&D or.
The player who likes Gaston also wonders why Gaston keeps challenging her to feats of strength. Her priestess has strength 18. She rolled well.
Nice. Gaston is a Chad. What are we going to do?
He is.
Yeah. Although, I have to say, this is not the Shucked Oyster rules as written, because you're mentioning a priestess with a strength of 18.
That is true.
Gaston, generally, and it's your book, you can do what you want with it, but in the book, as written, female with charisma of 17 or more, Gaston wants it.
Of over 17.
Over 17.
Of over 17.
Over 17. And male with a strength of
over 17.
Turn the Oyster into a cringe social club with themselves positioned at the top.
What is this?
The bros aren't upset because they're not the ones trying to turn the OSR into a cringe social club with themselves positioned at the top. Good.
Yeah, that would be very cringe.
Yeah.
Very lame. and would reek of failure.
Yeah. But I'm glad that you're having fun with Gaston. He is an enormous amount of fun to play. Yeah, let me see here. You were saying something though about something.
Oh, what was I saying? It's I mean the ideas. If an idea or a thing is good enough, it needs to be made real. It needs to be instantiated in somehow. It can't just exist in the discourse. You can't reason something or rhetorically argue something into existence. And I think there's a tendency, just by virtue of the internet, right, for endless incestuous discourse to occur. And in this hobby, there's also a tendency to become increasingly more narrow and augured down in minutia and specifics.
Yeah.
That are ultimately irrelevant, could not be made real in any meaningful sense. And the success of
Reading through core rules, going to be running it after my current Mithras game wraps up. Getting the vibe it will give me what I wanted from 5 without any of the hassle they gave me.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. It's basically, what were we watching today? Someone was talking about Shadowdark, and they said that, like, Shadowdark is just, it's 5e without any of the bullshit. Like, they just took out, they made simplified combat.
I don't remember who said that. Someone did say that.
Someone did say that.
Not inaccurate.
Us. Yeah, not inaccurate.
Not us and not inaccurate. Rare. Someone not us is not inaccurate.
Bradford Walker saying you have to show concrete evidence, which is why showing receipts is necessary.
I disagree. The receipts that are called for, and I'm not even trying to single out the bros here. That's not really my intention, but it is the case that requests or demands for receipts come most often on Twitter.
Yeah.
From the bros.
The session reports.
I don't give a shit about session reports. They mean absolutely nothing to me, and they should mean absolutely nothing to everybody else. If, regardless of whatever the experience was at the table, I am representing, I am telling a story, you might say, by recounting events which happened in the past. Setting aside whether or not I'm embellishing, outright lying, or just a trash writer or not, this doesn't prove anything, and it doesn't change anybody's opinion. And
leave out super chatters.
Have we left anybody out?
I don't think we missed any.
That's what we have Biden for.
Yeah.
That's what we pay him a living wage to do.
Yeah, I think we hit all of them.
But let us know.
Needing a receipt.
Thank you.
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know. We definitely don't want to be leaving anybody out.
Yeah, and it looks like we hit the 20. So anybody?
Oh, nice.
We're gonna be giving away old school essentials, a bunch of shit tonight.
Yep.
So come get it.
What is? This is the Horrendous Hounds of Edinburgh, which is very cool. Has some cool maps. On the inside as well. The Merry Mushroomen are really cool. It's so unfortunate that they're French.
Not caring about the session reports.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything, and it doesn't convey the information that I think a lot of people think or are insisting that it does. And if you're looking to